Episode 3, Iron Maiden vs. Jim Morrison, The Lizard King's Requiem. Welcome back to Metal vs. Rock, Fatal Riffs. Tonight, the battleground is set in an ancient, mist-shrouded amphitheater where myth and metal collide. In one corner, the relentless force of Iron Maiden, led by Bruce Dickinson and their living embodiment of metal, Eddie the Mummy, and in the other, the enigmatic poet and rebel Jim Morrison, the man who channels the power of the Lizard King. Prepare for a clash of raw power and mystic fury, where destiny hangs in the balance. The ancient amphitheater stands beneath a full moon, its weathered stone arches casting long, eerie shadows. The air is thick with swirling mist, carrying echoes of forgotten battles. Massive, flickering torches line the perimeter, their flames dancing as if whispering secrets from the beyond. Strange glyphs pulse faintly along the arena's floor, reacting to the presence of these two legendary forces. In the distance, unseen eyes watch from the darkness, specters of past warriors drawn to this historic duel. A metallic creak echoes through the amphitheater as iron gates swing open. Heavy, booted footsteps reverberate as Bruce Dickinson strides forth, clad in a regal, battle-worn coat, his eyes alight with the fire of combat. Flanking him are Iron Maiden's spectral warriors, undead knights draped in armor marked by centuries of war. Then, from the abyss behind them, the true nightmare emerges. A distant thunderous groan fills the air as the towering figure of Eddie the Mummy steps forward. His massive, bandaged frame is wrapped in chains and adorned with ancient runes. His glowing, soulless eyes sweep the battlefield, radiating primal destruction. He clenches his fists, and the very ground trembles. Bruce Dickinson, with a commanding snarl, Jim Morrison, your words may haunt the soul, but tonight, your spirit meets iron and fury. With Eddie at my side, I am the beast, and you're just another fading echo. A sudden hush falls over the amphitheater. The mist thickens, coiling like living tendrils as an unnatural warmth spreads through the air. Then, with an ethereal hum, a lone figure steps into the torchlight. Jim Morrison. Clad in a black, flowing shirt and leather pants, he moves with a hypnotic grace, his gaze heavy with timeless wisdom. His hands move through the air as if conducting an unseen force, his body pulsing with an energy not entirely of this world. Jim Morrison, smirking, voice smooth as silk, I've walked through fire and danced with the void. You think iron and death can silence the wind? Tonight, Bruce, we break on through. The torches flicker violently as if bowing to an unseen force. A ghostly hiss slithers through the air, a whisper of something ancient, something reptilian. Morrison tilts his head back, eyes gleaming. The Lizard King awakens. The arena trembles as Bruce Dickinson strikes first, lunging forward with a brutal aerial kick. Morrison barely sidesteps in time, his body weaving like a serpent. Dickinson presses the attack, landing sharp, disciplined strikes, but Morrison moves as if liquid, slipping through the onslaught with impossible ease. The Iron Maiden warriors rush in next, forming a V formation, their spectral blades glinting under the moon. They strike in brutal synchronization, attempting to cut Morrison down in a coordinated storm of steel. But Morrison whirls like smoke, deflecting their attacks with mesmerizing precision. His counterstrikes are swift and poetic. A single blow to the chest sends a warrior staggering, another falls to a twisting sweep. Then Morrison slams his foot into the ground. A sudden shockwave pulses outward, a ripple of ancient energy sending the spectral warriors reeling. Realizing Morrison is more formidable than expected, Bruce shouts to the heavens. Bruce Dickinson, roaring Eddie. Bring him to his knees. A deep, guttural growl shakes the amphitheater as Eddie the Mummy lumbers forward, his massive fists clenched like wrecking balls. He swings. Morrison barely dodges as the force shatters an entire stone pillar behind him. Morrison backflips, his movements impossibly fluid, but Eddie is relentless. The monstrous guardian of Iron Maiden launches another attack, his glowing runic chains lashing out like whips. One of them catches Morrison's arm, searing his flesh with eldritch fire. For the first time, Morrison grunts in pain. Bruce Dickinson, laughing, stepping closer, what now, poet? No words to save you. Morrison, gripping his injured arm, smirks. Jim Morrison, voice low, defiant, no words. Only power. Morrison closes his eyes, his lips moving in an ancient incantation. The very air shudders. The flames of the torches flicker green. The glyphs on the arena floor ignite, glowing with pulsating energy. A chilling hiss fills the air. From behind Morrison, a monstrous, spectral lizard king emerges, its scales shimmering like emerald fire, its eyes twin suns of abyssal power. Jim Morrison, his voice echoing with unnatural resonance, ancient spirit of chaos and rebirth feed. With an ear-splitting roar, the spectral lizard king lunges at Eddie. The Titan versus the Beast. Flesh against spectral fury. Metal against myth. Eddie swings his colossal arms, but the lizard king coils around him, tightening like a primordial vice. The green fire spreads through Eddie's body, searing through his undead essence. A final, agonized roar erupts from Eddie before he collapses into dust. Iron Maiden's strongest warrior gone. Bruce Dickinson, now alone, stands frozen in horror. Morrison advances, his aura blazing with mystic power. Bruce, desperate, lunges with everything he has, but Morrison catches his wrist midair. Their eyes meet. Jim Morrison, whispering, "This is the end." Morrison's palm ignites with spectral energy. With a single, decisive strike to Bruce's chest, a shockwave erupts, sending Bruce hurtling backward, slamming into the amphitheater's broken ruins. Silence. Bruce Dickinson collapses unconscious. The battle is over. Jim Morrison steps forward, breathing heavily. The Lizard King's spectral form coils behind him before slowly fading into the night. He gazes at Bruce Dickinson's fallen form, then looks to the sky. A slow, knowing smile touches his lips. Jim Morrison, softly, almost in a trance, rock is eternal and the doors will never close. The amphitheater erupts in spectral whispers as if the spirits of history acknowledge his triumph. The Lizard King has spoken. Iron Maiden crumbles beneath the power of ancient mysticism. Who will rise next? Who will fall? Find out next time on Metal vs. Rock, Fatal Riffs. Metal vs. Rock, Fatal Riffs is the ultimate radio show where legendary metal bands and iconic rock frontmen face off in Mortal Kombat-style battles. Each episode pits titans like Metallica, Slayer, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and more against their rock and roll counterparts in no-holds-barred clashes, delivering high-octane action and ruthless showdowns that will leave you on the edge of your seat. But it's not all carnage. Fatal Riffs is packed with biting commentary, irreverent humor, and relentless banter. Amid the carnage, our dedicated announcer and even the fighters themselves deliver offbeat jokes, whether they land or not. Just ask Lars, who always needs a reluctant yes from Robert. Whether you're a die-hard metalhead or a rock and roll fanatic, tune in for a headbanging, laugh-out-loud journey where every battle is a tribute to the madness and passion of music. Remember, in this arena, it's all about the fatal riff, shred or be dead.